fair use. The video clips are fair use.
When you allow a woman to curse you out, to say whatever she wants to say to you, to be as disrespectful to you as she can be, you're weak. You are indeed weak. Hicks Uncensored, I'm back with another one, and right now I want to show you guys and walk you guys through some videos between Courtney Clenney and her boyfriend. There's some things that I've been seeing about this just over the period of time, and I have some thoughts about it and some things that I want to say, so I decide to make the video. I don't want to talk too much, I want to get straight into it. If you like the things that I show you on this channel, go ahead and subscribe, but let's check this out.
No, like I was fucking sober for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
So we're seeing how emotionally unstable she is.
You're hindering my progress.
See, we already know that this is a dysfunctional relationship. Not only do we know that, but we can see that there's video footage. There's a lot of evidence, which I'll be going over on how dysfunctional this relationship is.
Come on, boy. Let's go. Like, I can't even, like, I'll turn your hoop, like, get the fuck off me.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen couples get into it with one another. They're arguing, or you have one party arguing with the other party, and you're trying to reason with someone, and you're trying to come to an understanding with someone who's not trying to do the same with you.
And she saw me, and I know he's with you. I'm fucking, like, fed up with you. I'm fed up.
You let Mo I say some line.
Oh, fucking, yes, I'm not mad at you.
You let Mo I say some line ass shit that affected you.
I didn't let her say anything. You fucking did it.
So she just can't keep her hands to herself. Let's ask ourselves this. And I'm just telling you what I'm viewing, what we all see, how I interpret what I'm seeing in front of my eyes. Why can't you keep your hands to yourself? Are you that emotional unbalanced to where you just can't keep your hands to yourself? You just fly off the handle? And as for him, I would ask him, and men like him, excuse me, males, because men would not deal with this kind of shit. Why are you dealing with this type of dysfunction from a woman over and over and over again? And it's the same thing for women. When you're in a relationship with someone, or you have dealings with someone, and the road is rocky, y'all always into it with one another, there's always a problem, there's always some dysfunction going on. Why are you dealing with that person? I can talk about this because the relationship that I've been in, we don't argue. I'm not arguing with no woman. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not about to participate in a dysfunctional relationship. Absolutely not.
Hold on right now. Let's pull up to her. No. She's in the group chat.
And I want you to notice something. And a lot of couples do this. You sit up and you're talking to the other party, and they're not trying to hear shit you have to say. The best thing for you to do is leave and get the hell out of there. You're trying to talk to someone who don't want to hear anything that you have to say. So why are you there? It would behoove you to leave, wait till things calm down, and then try and talk to one another. But this is only gonna get worse as this video goes on, because I'm gonna show y'all a lot more. Once again, she jumping up in his face. She's approaching him aggressively. That's another thing. I've seen some very, very weak males who I view as weak. In my eyes, you're weak. When you allow a woman to curse you out, to say whatever she wants to say to you, to be as disrespectful to you as she can be, you're weak. You are indeed weak. She views you as weak, because if she didn't, she would never be disrespecting you how she's disrespecting you. She would never be walking up in your face. She would never be standing up in your face cursing you out. She would never be hitting on you. She would never be slapping on you. It only gets worse.
I didn't say you fucking touching. You were leaning. Yo, you were dumb as fuck. I actually don't agree with you. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Fucking done. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
See, she can't keep her hands to herself. And you know the thing about this, I've seen many females like this. And I'm not trying to paint a picture here that all women are like this. Of course not. Use your head. But I've seen many different times women who fly off the handle. They cannot keep their hands to themselves. If you see in this video, she's constantly raising her hand at him. Emotional instability.
You're costing me money. I didn't do shit since I got in this freaking house because of you.
Why don't you just leave?
No, because of you.
You guys are terrible. He should have just left. I'm not going to sit and continue to try and reason with someone who doesn't want to be reasoned with. I'm not going to continue to try and talk to someone who doesn't want to be talked to. You guys have got to be a lot smarter than what you are. You've got to be more of a thinker than what you are. And stop being so fucking weak when you deal with these women. Why are you even with a woman who curses at you? Why are you even with a woman who's hitting you all the time? Why are you even with a woman who's emotionally unstable, who's unpredictable, who flies off the handle? Why are you with her?
Flirting with fucking like 3 girls.
What 3 girls? What 3 girls? You?
Well, maybe
She off the chain.
Milan? I'm flirting with Milan?
And she's saying, hey, go get your man.
Fucking
He's trying to come over
lying.
with
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
You're lying.
This is stupidity at its finest. When you allow dysfunction to take place and go on, it only gets worse. Listen to me. There's a lot of people out there right now. They're in these same dumbass dysfunctional relationships, dealing with dysfunctional shit, and they will allow it to go on, and it will only get more difficult, and it'll get worse, and it'll get to a point of no return, just like this one. He has allowed her to be so disrespectful, so verbally aggressive, physically aggressive. She took it to the point where she stabbed him. You guys know the story. And this whole thing about throwing a knife, I don't believe that. Throwing a knife from 10 feet away, I don't believe that. Especially with this kind of temper.
Come on, baby. That doesn't even sound right.
Christian, you're fired.
Fine.
Hopefully, shut up.
You will never see me again. You are the most
Good, bitch. Good. Hopefully you are.
If this ain't the most dysfunctional shit I've seen, I don't know what he is. He needs to just leave. Men have to be leaders. It would be best for you to just simply leave, because this conversation between you and her isn't getting anywhere. You're trying to go back and forth with her. Go on about your business and leave her alone. People out there, they stay in dumbass situations instead of just getting out of the situation. A person who just can't jump out of the situation and get out of the situation that they're currently in that's bad for them, you're weak. Gather the strength and get your ass out of there and walk away. Walk away from this argument and walk away from that relationship.
The more I show you in this video, the worse it'll get. You're about to hear some audio of her calling him racial slurs.
Just months before she stabbed her boyfriend, OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney called him a string of racial slurs.
You're
Yes, thank you.
weak.
The newly released and disturbing audio was recorded by Christian Obumseli, who was later stabbed by
Weak.
Clenney and died as a result of his injury.
Weak.
I am so sorry.
Shut up. Let me f***ing slap you.
The recording
Weak.
captures an argument that
You are weak. And I can't stand that shit about men. How much does she have to disrespect you for you to leave the bitch? How much more does she have to hit you for you to leave her? How much more disrespect do she gotta give you for you to leave her ass? But you can't leave her because you're weak. Weak men do this type of shit when it comes to dealing with women. You love that bitch so much that you will allow her to disrespect you. You will allow her to have your balls. You will give up your integrity if you had any to begin with, because many of you don't, all because you like this woman. Where is your self-honor? Where is your self-respect? Where is your self-esteem? She called you a racial slur and you're still dealing with her? Weak as fuck, man. This is why a lot of you guys need to hear this channel, because a lot of guys are out there, you're doing weak, punk ass, bitch ass shit. This is called Hicks Uncensored for a reason. You're not gonna hear too many people talking how I talk. Real is rare.
Between the couple about someone Obumseli ran into while on a bike ride.
Get off of me! You literally talked to her without telling me!
Courtney, I was on a bike ride.
You once again, you're trying to explain yourself to her. You continuously trying to explain yourself to her. She don't want to hear it. She don't want to reason with you. She doesn't want to come to common ground. She's not trying to have an understanding. So I put it back on you. I hold men accountable. I put it back on you, the man. Why are you still dealing with her? Why do you still have dealings with her? You see that this bitch don't listen. You see that this bitch, all she wants to do is curse you out, scream and yell and hit you. Why are you still dealing with her?
And she passed me and I said, hi, you and Courtney are having a live chat.
He's trying to explain everything.
You to act and come here.
He's trying to explain everything. This is, to me, in my eyes, this is what weak guys do. You're trying to explain, no, this is what happened, this is what happened. Man, fuck her and get out of there. Get away from her. Get your shit if you have anything at that apartment and go. But you can't do that because you weak. I'm going to give it to you like this because I have to, because it's the truth. What sense does it make to deal with a person who's disrespectful, who's cursing you out, who doesn't want to hear what you have to say, and most importantly, this bitch is so emotionally unbalanced, it's sickening. It's sickening.
Audio of this argument was recorded just months before Obumseli was stabbed on
See?
April 3rd.
Just months before she stabbed his ass. And I'm not trying to sound cruel. I'm not trying to sound heartless. But this is reality. I live in reality. Understand me. I live in reality and I see things for what they are. He sat up, he dealt with this fucked up bitch who was majorly disrespectful to him, and the disrespect only got worse. She went from physically hitting him to putting a knife in him. You see how things get worse with time? You see how things get worse with time. You need to stop shit in the door. You need to stop dysfunction in the door. Why do you let dysfunction linger on, only for it to get worse? This only got worse for him. You go from these arguments to now they're physically hitting you. Now she decided to take it up a notch and grab a knife and stab you. Why? The way I see it, you didn't leave the bitch when you should have left her. You did not leave her when you should have left her. You should have left her alone. She's dysfunctional. I'ma tell you something right now. The man that I am ain't a bitch on this earth that I'm going to allow to disrespect me like that. Absolutely not. I'm not that kind of guy.
In Clenney's 911 call, Obumseli can be heard saying he can't feel his arm and believes he's going to die.
Yo, God can't feel my arm. 111. I can't feel my arm.
You can't
4
feel
months
your
after
arm.
Obumseli died, Clenney was charged with second-degree murder in his death. Since then, body camera video of a separate domestic incident was released. It took place just days before Obumseli's death.
You demand no respect. You put up with all kind of dumb shit. You take so much you're weak. He let this bitch run wild. You think this bitch would have been acting like that with me? I wouldn't even have given her the opportunity to behave like that with me. But not you guys. There's a lot of guys out there just like him.
Sorry.
So shut up! Give me my phone! Find it! Find it! Find it! For the first time, we are hearing audio recordings that Christian
Once again, the video just starts off bad. It just starts off with her yelling and screaming.
Obumseli secretly took of his girlfriend Courtney Clenney in the days leading up to when she stabbed him to death. Most of the audio we can't play for you on air, so I pulled just a few quick clips to let you hear the tone of what Obumseli captured.
Can you help me find it?
I won't!
So why?
Why are you going through this kind of dysfunction every other day with somebody? What's wrong with you? Many of you guys listening to the sound of my voice, you know a guy out there who's just this weak. You know a guy out there who's just as big of a bitch like this. You need to send him this video. There's a lot of guys that just sit and deal with all type of disrespect. It don't matter what it is. She could be cussing him out. She could be throwing his clothes out the house. She could be throwing his clothes in the garbage, doing all type of shit to sabotage him. He'll just still deal with her. How can you deal with someone who every other day it's a problem? It's an issue. What's wrong with you? Are you no balls at all, man?
The secret recordings are now in evidence in the murder case against Courtney Clenney, and they offer a revealing window.
Then here's the elevator footage. This is some of the first footage that came out. She pretty much whooping his ass in the elevator. You put up with that. I'm convinced that there's nothing that he wouldn't have put up with from her. Guys like him will accept women like that having sex with other men behind their back, and they're still gonna deal with them because you just that weak. There's not an ounce of masculinity in you. You're just that weak. You are just that much of a bitch.
How deeply toxic their relationship was. The prosecution could present them to a jury to show Clenney as a domestic abuser who ultimately plunged a knife into the chest of her boyfriend inside
That's
the
sure what the hell it sounds like.
You literally talked to her without telling me! Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said hi.
The cell phone.
This dude, don't be like this. Don't be like this. Don't be this type of guy. Have some respect about yourself. Have some honor about yourself. Don't be like this guy. He weak. Why do you think she was disrespecting him to the level she was doing it at? Why do you think she felt that she can just say whatever she wanted to him? Because he allowed it. If it was a guy like me, I would have got rid of the bitch a long time ago, but not him. But this is the main part of the video that I really want to talk about. These are text messages exchanged between the both of them. Let's take a listen to this because there's a lot of things I want to say about this. They have actual text messages from him talking to her, and listen to what they were talking about within these text messages.
The crazy thing about all of this is that yesterday,
This
when
is
you
him.
stabbed me in the leg, and you saw how bad it was hurting me, and I couldn't walk. I couldn't do and you were telling me I wish I could have taken your pain away. I wish it was me and not you.
So she stabbed you in the leg and you still didn't leave her. Guys, I know that what I say can kind of sound extreme, but it's true. It's true. There's no level of disrespect that they won't put up with. She stabbed you in the leg. You still won't leave the bitch.
You. The next morning, I still woke up happy. I still gave you a good day, even though my leg was hurting because my
Just a weak male.
girlfriend stabbed me. So you're telling me you can't do the same thing the next day and say, whatever happened last night, today's a new day. Because that's what I do for you. I woke up happy. I took you to Vegas to get your drove right back. Helped you shoot. Drank with you. Did blow with you.
Did blow with you. So you did all of these things for a woman who don't give a fuck about you. You took her to Vegas. You did all of these things for a woman who stabbed you. You did all of these things for a woman who constantly cursed you out. I don't want this to seem like I'm just really bashing on him. But at the same time, this shit has got to be rebuked. This type of weakness needs to be rebuked. God rest this man's soul, but he did some very weak shit that other men need to learn from.
Just so you're having a great day. And I'm doing all of this while my leg hurts so bad. Did I make you feel like for stabbing me? No, I just sucked it up and hope tomorrow will be better.
Did I make you feel like shit for stabbing me? No, I just sucked it up and hope tomorrow will be better. Dude, you... Guys like this, you're the biggest sucker. She called you racial slurs. She called you the N-word. I don't know what more to say about this. This type of weakness needs to be bashed. This is Hicks Uncensored. I don't want to be like other channels where they don't say what they really want to say. He a bitch for all of this. But I'm saying what's on my mind right now. I don't script nothing. I don't read off a teleprompter. Now let's see what she has to say.
If you decide to get security, call. I will tell them exactly what happened.
Hey, I'm sorry. If it's okay, can I come up? I know.
Why are you telling her you're sorry? What are you sorry for? What did you do that you're apologizing for? Man, you dudes, you guys are pitiful. And the reason I say you dudes and you guys, because there is tons of guys just like him. They're just as weak as he is. You should have left her a long time ago, and you probably can still have your life. And you still could be living.
I know you said 5 minutes, but I've been in the restroom, my nose is bleeding, and the back of my head hurts. Like really hurts. I don't know if it was your hand or the phone, but I'm really dizzy.
I'm putting your stuff up. You can come get it when I say you can.
You can come get it when I say you can. She knew that he's a bitch. She knew that he was weak. She knew that she can misbehave as much as she wanted to and get away with it. She knows he's a sucker.
Go to first aid.
They had to take me somewhere. My shirt was off walking through the casino, so I wouldn't get blood on it. Can you open the door, please? And you were pounding the phone on my head when I was done. It's okay, but can you let me in?
She was pounding the phone on your head. She was pounding the phone on your head. And you allowed that to happen, punk ass motherfucker? You allowed that to happen. I'm at a loss for words, because for a guy to be this weak and to be this much of a sucker, it's disgusting. It's brutally disgusting. You have no backbone. You have no integrity.
I don't feel good, please. Courtney, can you open the door?
These are
I don't
his
feel good.
words.
There's a bump on the back of my head. Can you just let me in?
I'm not begging a bitch to do nothing for me. Either she's gonna do it or not. I'm not gonna beg her to do nothing. I'm not gonna ask more than one time.
I'll be on the couch while you're in the bed. I don't want my nose to bleed, and going back and forth downstairs to the restroom is making me nauseous. I'm getting anxiety, and you know how I get. Can you please let me in? And help me, please? We don't need to say a word. I haven't ate and running on 2 hours of sleep and drugs. Please open the door. Courtney, I don't feel good. Open the door for real. This isn't cool. I have a...
Dude, she went to sleep on your ass. That's why she's not replying. She didn't give a damn about you. You've already mentioned that she stabbed you in the leg. She banged on your head with a telephone. She told you that you can come get your clothes when she say you can. That was the last message she sent you, and she went to sleep on your ass because she don't give a fuck about you.
Lump on the back of my head, and I'm dizzy and anxious. And I can't keep walking up and down when my leg hurts. Come on. Courtney, can you come get me? I'm not feeling too hot, and I need to lay down with this ice pack. I can't see straight. I've been sitting in the restroom for an hour. Courtney, this is up. I have a lump on my head and I'm bleeding and have anxiety. Can you answer your phone? Courtney, can you let me in? You hit me in the face with the phone, then continue to hit the back of my head with the phone. Now I have a...
She hit you in your face with the phone, and then she continued to hit you in the back of the head with the phone, and you allowed it, and you're texting her all of these messages because you want to get inside of the apartment so you can lay down. Weak as hell.
A lump. I'm bleeding, throwing up, think I got a mild concussion, and have anxiety. I slept in the restroom for 2 hours, and I'm just beyond words. All I hope...
Why don't you guys use your money that you have to get yourself your own damn place instead of taking this bitch on trips?
For is a better tomorrow. Can you let me in or not? I apologized before you said you were kicking me out and you spit on me. No matter how mad and...
She spit on you. You've allowed for these things to take place. You put no stop to it. That's just the truth. You put no stop to it. We get what we get in this world, whether we understand what we're doing or not. That's why it's imperative to think through what it is you do, to calculate all that you do so that you can get the best outcome possible for yourself.
And tough gets. You don't treat the one that you love that way.
She don't love you. She don't love you, punk ass.
8 fairs tomorrow. Be ready.
Well, I'm sorry, Christian. I hope you're okay. I'm sorry for hitting you in the face and the back of your head and spitting on you.
So this is her message to him, apologizing and admitting the things she did.
Is it right? No. You just pissed me the off, but I still love you. I don't know about the fair anymore. Maybe I'll have a change of heart after some rest. The latch will be off. I'm going to bed. Don't say anything until the morning. We can talk then. I just read these texts, and I I'm truly very sorry for responding like that while you were in pain. I should have let you in clearly. I didn't realize you might have a mild concussion. I should have just come back with the
He was a punching bag for her. He was a punching bag for her. He was something for her to take her anger out on because she knew that he's a weak guy. I can get away with whatever. He's a bitch. I can do whatever I want to him. I can say whatever I want to him. He's not gonna leave. He'll do whatever I say. He'll kiss the bottom of my feet. You allow these things to take place. And again, rest this brother's soul. There shall not be another guy like him to be this weak. It's a shame. It's a shame for a man to be this damn weak. And that's all the hell I gotta say about this. This is Hicks Uncensored. I'm up out of here.